The second program, a week later, is called the Kreutzer Sonata. It's focusing on Beethoven's famous sonata, his ninth sonata for violin and piano, or piano and violin, depending on if you're a violinist or a pianist. I'm going to play that piece with Michael Stephen Brown, who's a good friend, and we've never played together. So one of the things about being an artistic director is you can invite your friends. You can also invite people you always wanted to play with, and come over to my sandbox, and we'll have fun with Beethoven. So my wife Linda is going to read a poem before that by Rita Dove called the Bridgetower Sonata, because the sonata was originally written for a friend of Beethoven's, whose name was Bridgetower. So Bridgetower was of mixed race, which is interesting. Rita Dove is a black poet, and she wrote this poem about that, the fact that this would have been a famous piece. It is a famous piece, but it would have been dedicated to a person of color from way back. That would have been interesting. But it didn't happen because they had a fight about a woman, apparently, and he changed the dedication to Rudolphe Kreutzer, who was a famous violinist, and so it's known as the Kreutzer Sonata. Then after that, Linda is going to come back and do some readings from Tolstoy's novella, the Kreutzer Sonata, and I'm not sure exactly whether she's going to do all the reading and then we're going to play the piece or in between the movements, but the first string quartet of Janáček is called the Kreutzer Sonata, and he tells the story through the music. So I thought it would be interesting to have some of the, not the whole novella, obviously, but some readings of it just to set up the performance of it. And you'd hear the music and understand the music even more from that. And then on the second half of that concert, we're taking another element of how words or some kind of a symbol, an initial or initials, can influence a composer. The falling fifth, that's a falling fifth. That's in the theme for the funeral march of the slow movement. Why he does this, I don't know, but the falling fifth in Schumann's music and in Brahms's music is always Clara. So this is kind of a fantasy of Clara's death. Now, Clara outlives Robert by a number of years, and Brahms for that matter. So it's just an idea, but that falling fifth it has meaning.